Again, everyone. This lesson is going to be just really briefly about touching on the super user account, which is the admin account, or it's also known as the super admin account. So quickly, we'll go up here to our URL. We'll type in universal, and it already shows up because it's in my history. We're going to go to WP-admin. Remember, for WordPress admin. And to recall your attention to the general orientation, there are two ways that we can get here. We can get here by typing in that universalbaptistchurch.org/WP-admin, and we can also get there by logging in from the UBC membership panel on the dynamic sidebar. If you have any questions, just refer to the general orientation lesson. Okay? So quickly, just to log in, it is the admin account. Going forward, no account will be labeled this, and this account pretty much gets tucked away for whenever it's absolutely necessary. The reason being that this is the super user account that can kind of do absolutely anything that it wants in the site, as well as make mistakes, and as well as damage your site, and as well as take your site out of commission, which could cause a very big problem down the road. Okay, I'm going to log in. And as you're already aware from the other general orientation with the super user account, you get to see absolutely everything that goes on within the site. You get to see all of the panels here that has all the information about what's going on in the site, especially the analytics, as well as you get a full menu here on the left of all the controls, all the settings, all the options, plugins, the appearance controls that you can modify. So again, this account gets tucked away and never gets used. It is only a super user account to actually go in and control the site. But what I will show you here, I think in the next lessons, what we'll go into is we'll go into creating accounts. The superadmin has the ability to create accounts, delete users, on and on and on. And I just wanted you to be aware that this account going forward is an account that you'll only use in certain circumstances. But what I am going to do here is I'm going to go to users to see all the users in the account on my website. This account here was created by Linda Holmes via the UBC membership panel in the dynamic sidebar. And what you can potentially see is you can see potentially up to thousands of items here and of people here who have joined your site, because your site is open for membership, and it is possibly something that you'll want to promote within your services, within your own church body, within your own church members, to actually have them engage within the site if you decide to have them make contributions, content contributions to the website. But what we're going to do here is we're going to do a really quick test here. We are going to, as you can see, we can go into the account that Linda created. We can see all the settings for that particular user. We can see the user's username. We can see what his role is. And this is an important thing. By default, everyone who joins the website from that UBC membership panel is going to be a subscriber to the site, which means that they can post comments to the articles. But that is pretty much it. They cannot post any real content to the site. They can here update their contact information, who they are, and as well as their bio. And this is something I'm going to get into the next tutorial, which is actually filling out your profile, which is in this user area. Okay. I also have the ability here in users to set additional settings, such as proofreading, such as what language that user uses, as well as enabling communication via email. I could also change the user's view name here. And this is all detail that you probably really won't get into, but it's something to take note of. And I can also add and drop users here. So I'm going to add myself an account just as a demonstration. So I'm going to be R. Scott, and my email is rick at, I'm actually going to use another email, which is desdevdop.info@gmail.com. I can fill out here my first name or that user's, and it doesn't have to be me, it can be anyone. First name, that user's last name, if that user has a website or a URL. None of this information is indicated. I can actually put the user's password here if I decided. Okay, and generally this indication here tells you how strong the password is against preventing hacking, and that is something that you always want to pay a high amount of attention to, this area. So here I can say that I want to send myself the password by email, and my role here is going to be as a subscriber. Now I am going to add this new user, and I want to show you the difference between the superAdmin account and what other accounts will see. And you can see here I'm now registered with the website. What I'm going to do here is quickly log out, and I'm going to log in as that account that I just created. R. Scott, my password, and now as a subscriber, notice the difference on my left side panel. I don't have all those options that the super user had. The ability to modify posts, create posts, move posts, delete content, change appearances. That's all relative to only the super user account. Okay? Here I can go into my profile and manage my profile and all the information in my profile. Workflow is something that you may or may not be using. I think as you guys move forward, what we are going to do is test out how you guys work and make sure that it's simple enough for you to use. The website is simple enough for you to use. And if a workflow is necessary, we'll establish a workflow at that point. So basically, for those of you who are not aware of what a workflow is, a workflow establishes someone basically assigns a task to a specific individual or individuals. Those individuals complete the tasks, they check in, and then the project moves to the next stage where the next litmus test is provided, and once that's done, it moves to the third stage, and then it moves to an approval. That can be complicated, and I'd like to make sure that the website is simple enough for you guys to get started with. So that may be something that may get revisited down the line if you decide that you do need a workflow because the content contribution is chaotic and difficult to manage. Okay? And essentially that is what you can see being the difference with the super user account, which is an account that you will not use, but it is an account that you will go into whenever necessary to remove individuals and so on and so forth. Okay, and that's it for this lesson.